His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country, so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happen in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Commonwealth Town, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. If that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, practically dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you Weah vex that you will struck the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, he would have fallen in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commenced the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Their respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, practically dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you Weah vex that you will struck the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, you are falling in the place of Moses. Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah. Ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court, they got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay him back with evil, it's up to them. The very Gregory Coma today, he worked in the previous administration when Weah came, he also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how we had always been molded. That's how God has already molded Weah and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they cared. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to proud in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never ever buy in to your tricks. He would never ever.
This government assigned security to the former president's house. This government is capable of bribing any of its security to plan any evil in the former president's house. This government has done so many things that have questioned the credibility of the president. They have manipulated the law. They have manipulated security. The president has interfered with investigations of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. With investigations of other issues that we know of, there's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. We know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. We know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. We know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example.
When you live and start recruiting, 2029 will be at the polling station. Any attempt to cheat, any attempt to wreck the election, the consequences will be so severe that even those who in power will not be understanding. Any attempt to cheat in 2029, any attempt to cheat in 2029, some of our friends who want to cheat in 2029, the consequences will be severe, will not be understanding. This country is a democracy, and the result must be upheld. The person who will win the election will be the person who will take power. Nobody will say you will remain in power. And I believe that the president, who is my uncle, I know he's a genuine man. I know when he lost the election, he will accept the result.
Anybody break election will run if the will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I'm saying. Anybody break election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it. Anybody break election will run if the will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody rig election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it. Anybody rig election will run me, me will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force, we will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody rig election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it. Anybody rig election will run me, me will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force, we will have no regret to do it. And I got no regret for what I say. Anybody rig election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
But we acknowledged his protective covering, his presence, his providential care upon us. We can help but thank God Almighty, give him all praises and honor as he requires, having kept watch over us throughout the night and the day, and has brought us to this time to deliver his society for the better, that his society gets better. It's an obligation. Another day. Thank you all too for coming on. Good people, we appreciate your presence. You are so massive, so extraordinary, so great. We can help but say how elated we are by your presence. Let's have a wonderful time together. It is another day. Every day is a good day, but it's not a good day when the government is not doing what is right. It's a good day when the government is doing what it promised the people, delivering on its promises. It is not a good day when the people are groaning in their hearts, when they are going to bed hungry, when vast majority of the people can hardly afford, when the government officials live in opulence and extravagant life, when they have no time whatsoever for the people, but rather concerned about themselves, then it's not a good day. It is a good day when the people can afford, a good day when they can move into hospitals and not be told, even if they have less the amount, they cannot be treated because they do not have the full amount, even if it is emergency. It's not a good day when the people are discriminated against. It's a good day when you treat the people right. It wasn't a good day for the people under Nebuchadnezzar. God gave him time to stop, to repent. He refused. God allowed him to go naked for 3 years. God allowed him to eat grass. It was terrible for President Nebuchadnezzar. It was bad off. All of his pro tem, his deputies, and everybody, they had to flee for their lives, and they put all of the blames on Nebuchadnezzar. Only for Nebuchadnezzar to confess and repent in his captivity. You don't want to be that kind of ruler today. Do what is right for God's people. He is watching. He's taking note. So today is Tuesday. We are giving out some cash from our partners to you, Radio Entertainment Liberia. We're giving out 5,000 today. 5,000. It's 5,000. We're giving out. You want to get that? You want to win some money. The season is around. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. Take advantage of it. Win some cash, 5K, a substantial amount. Yeah, substantial amount. So take advantage of it. Start playing now. In the next few minutes, I'll give you the instruction how you ought to play. Please bear with me. We have to get it right from the headquarters of Radio Entertainment Liberia so that we don't put our credibility into the mud by giving wrong information. We have to be exact. So once I get the information what to relate to you, I will. To Bestman, James Doka, Emmanuel Flomo, Claudie Allison, Delaware, Moses Suar, Benjamin Walker, Magibi County, Yankee Johnson, Isaac Dolo, Grant Kipman, Kinjo, Son Kekula, Bon County, Gamonte McIntosh, Oluro, Gaytown, Philip Kural, Dubai, UAE, Theophilus Chia, Virginia, Waterside, T. Max Wooler, District 18, 5th Kelvin Bappin, Nimba United, Ambassador Thomas Blamo, Copper Farm, Spencer Mohammed, Spoon Hill, Waytown Community, Jeremiah Payaway, Grand Bassa County, Benson Devil, Victor Brush Street, Musa E. Sharif, Congo Town, Murphy Heenan, Joshua Krieger, Douala, Butchero Island, Lawrence Winnie, Frank Ama, Tano Samson, Saturday, Woode Ware, New Georgia, that's Atlanta, Georgia, USA, Bindu Bappin, Johnsonville, Alfred Doe, Nina Kuya, Matthew Ondele, Willem K. Willem, Civil Rights Movement, Ojuku Blamo, Sino County, Bappin Paul Lee, Johnsonville, Philip Tukba, Dallas, Texas, USA, Ansel Family, New York City, Harris City, your community, New Georgia, Caldwell, New Georgia, Alfred, the Solo Wat Corsia, New Georgia, James Warwi, Stephen Yakati, Cotton Tree, Tody, Magibi County, Charles Weir, Jacob Town, and the list, the protocol so very long. Venetia's Bar, yeah, Usman Saw, Gala Street, Joan Mamalu Gala Street, Patience Wisnog, Lynch Street, Patricia Zia, your office, Gabriel Lawson, your business center, and my dear sister, Orita Sunday Way Choir, you are on. Good to have you on. Hope that you are good. Yes, Orita Sunday Way Choir. Welcome the man himself, the chairman for life, the everlasting chairman, the one and only chairman, Republic of Liberia, the chairman, the melting pot chairman, the reference point chairman, Roman Rico, or Kenny Ball for short, chairman, Block Titan, Intellectual Center, Iron Factory. My dear John, brother Stephen Coker, you are on. Good to see you on. Hope that you are good as well. Thank you all. Let's get started. Time is of the essence. Let's go off the home front briefly. Zambia is facing tensions as the Catholic Church and Saviour Society groups prepare for nationwide protests on November 28th against a government constitutional amendment process. They argue it is illegal and rushed and excludes citizen input, claiming it lacks legal basis and merits previously rejected efforts. Critics contend that consultations were insufficient and deadlines too short, suspecting political motivations. Church leaders caution that those reforms could distract from political national issues and politically benefit the ruling powers, calling for a postponement until the 2026 elections. The government has issued warnings about the planned protest. The UK, Canada, and Australia have launched a joint mission to tackle rising visa scams in Nigeria. Using the hashtag #FightingVisaFraud, their campaigns seek to warn people that criminal networks are deceiving applicants with fake job offers, guarantee visas, and paid fast-track services, often resulting in visa refusal, major financial losses, long-term travel bans, and in some cases, human trafficking. The campaign intends to share guidance and warnings on social media channels. The British High Commission in Nigeria cautions that anyone involved in visa fraud in any way could face a ban up to 10 years. Visa applicants are urged to rely only on trusted government sources, platforms such as gov.uk for the UK and canada.ca for Canada, and to report suspected UK visa fraud to Action Fraud, the National Fraud Reporting Center. Guinea's bizarre presidential race is mired in uncertainty after both leading contenders, incumbent Omaro Sissoko Umbalo and challenger Ferdinando Diaz, declare victory before official results are announced. Each claims to have crossed the 50% threshold in Sunday's vote, raising fears of renewed instability in a country long plagued by coups and political turmoil. Tanzania has canceled next month Independence Day celebrations, with the funds to be instead spent on rebuilding infrastructure damaged in recent election unrest. Prime Minister Wigulu Nchima said. His announcement comes as the opposition and others have been calling for people to gather on Independence Day, December 9th, to demonstrate about killings that took place following last month's disputed poll. The opposition believes hundreds of people died in the crackdown. The government has yet to give a death toll and has set up a commission of inquiry. President Samia Suluhu Hassan won the poll with 98% of the vote, described by the opposition as a mockery of democracy. And Nigeria says the United States has agreed to coordinate a new phase of defense and security cooperation. It comes against the mass killings and abductions in the country. President Donald Trump has threatened to send United States troops to Nigeria, where, in his words, the guns are blazing. The Catholic Church in Nigeria said 265 people are missing after a mass kidnapping from a school in Niger State on Friday. Among those still missing are 12 staff members and dozens of nursery and primary school children. 50 of the abductees managed to escape. The schools where the children were adopted is managed by the missionary sisters of Our Lady of Apostle. Their Superior General, Mary Byron, shared her thoughts with the BBC from the capital, Abuja.
From the reports, many armed men on motorbikes arrived into the compound, stormed the compound, and had vans also to take away some of those who were kidnapped. And they just methodically went through the compound from dormitory to dormitory, rounding up the children and asking where were the adults. And they were looking for the sisters also, and gathered up as many as they could. And as somebody described it yesterday, they surrounded them, took them away like they were herding their cattle, surrounded by men with guns, just being forced to walk into the bush.
We understand the operation has been underway to try and find the students who are still missing. How much information do you have now about who carried out these abductions and their intentions?
Very little, Catherine. And I suppose I wouldn't be the first person who would hear that information. But to my knowledge, to date, no group has claimed responsibility, and there has been no demands made as of yet. So it's very difficult, and I think it's not even helpful for me to speculate as to who it might be.
As it stands today, how much faith do you have in the government of Bola Tinubu to actually find the students who are missing and bring them back home safely?
I think it will take a concerted effort by the wider political community to help the Nigerian government. They may not have all the resources necessary to find these people, but I think the resources are within the global community. And so President Tinubu has said that they are doing all in their power. But it's a very difficult task. There's a lot of insecurity in that particular region, and so it for me it demands even a bigger effort than just the Nigerian government. But ultimately it's the president's responsibility, and he has stated that he is committed to doing all in his power. But I would hope that also the global community would do more and help in this search.
The United States has said it's agreed a new security pact cooperation with Nigeria following these latest kidnappings. What do you make of the role of President Trump in all of this? Because it's been controversial in some regards, because he's talked about the persecution of Christians in Nigeria. What do you make of what he's had to say so far?
Yes, it's been very controversial, but in relation to this particular incident, I'm grateful for the spotlight that it has put on Nigeria. I think that are probably receiving a little bit more media attention than other schools. I mean, there was another school kidnapping just days beforehand with 25 girls kidnapped. So I think the fact of speaking out it's extremely controversial, and I wouldn't comment on what he has said, but it has helped for me, for my problem, which is to try and reach our students and staff and get them back safely. There's still 265 people missing. I thank President Trump for putting the spotlight on this issue right now.
Superior General Mary Byron, head of one of the schools where almost 200 or more than 265 people were taken away by unknown men, speaking with the BBC. Let's get to developments unfolding in Liberia, and then we are out. The government of Unity Party has confirmed immediate, conceded defeat, having bragged, gave too many rhetorics, too many long speeches, instead of being pragmatic, having made ambitious promises, told the people that if they elected them, their life was going to change in a couple of weeks, if not months. That job will be all over the place. Companies will come in. Opportunities, window of opportunities will have been open, and the people were convinced. So all of them, as per the message they received, went for Unity Party. The government is 2 years. We've got a couple of weeks, so just take it as 2 years. Nothing. We heard reports from several local institutions, politicians, business people, civil society, the media, that the government is not showing any sign. The government has reneged, either intentionally or by accident, on doing the needful, which is the first and most significant thing, creating opportunities for job. The country has a serious job problem, and so Unity Party was one of the things they campaigned on. 2 years on, nothing to show. The vice president was constrained with our coercion, nobody putting gun at his neck, nobody forced him to say anything whatsoever, voluntarily, by his own will, came out to confess that Unity Party, they have not created, they have done nothing significant within that sector. Their weakness, lack of job creation. Those are the words of the vice president of Liberia, Jeremiah Kwankun. That the government, Unity Party government, is yet to deliver on its promise of job creation. One of the promises made to the people, describing it as the weakness of the government. Let's stay within this area for a while. Some will argue that the vice president was being blunt. You might want to agree with that kind of argument. I've been pondering whether it does have substance, but they argue that he was being blunt, that it was better to say than to just give excuses. That is not being blunt. In my opinion, that is conceding to recklessness. That is not being blunt. It's conceding to recklessness. The government had been reckless from the first day. Don't be carried away by the word. Don't be uncomfortable by the word. Anything you don't do right is reckless. Anything you don't do right is reckless. If you are not properly organized or you don't organize yourself, you carry away by your fame, your popularity, not concentrating on the responsibility that you got ahead of you to deliver, very significant, and you just expect people to accept you that way and live with the situation is being reckless. That's recklessness. The vice president conceded to recklessness. He simply said that they weren't thinking, they weren't acting right by his admittance. Secondly, the vice president confirmed what the various international bodies did confirm. The World Bank made it clear the government has not delivered on that promise of job creation. The United States, in its business climate report, made it clear, followed by the other reports. So there was no way the vice president could have come and say, we've done this, we've done that, when the international community, besides the people of Liberia, the international community, the government partners know and made public that the government is yet to deliver significantly on job creation. The vice president description, weakness, it was not, in my opinion, just a word, but the picture, the reality of the government, that the government is weak. And I will understand weakness in that context to mean visionless. When you are weak, you are visionless. When you are visionless, you are weak. Mentally weak. The vice president admitted to visionless unity party. That's what he meant. And truly, when we say the people wouldn't, they often brand us as in opposition, so we just talk. But we talk sense. We are part of the society. We see everything that is happening. We're not in the sky. We're not beneath the earth. We are on the earth where Joseph Yema Boakai and Unity Party reign. We are all here. We see everything. When the government is creating jobs, we know. When the government is making strides in a given area, we know. So when we started to say that, Unity Party people were upset, they were emotional. Now, your officials, your vice president has admitted that the government failed on that. So what can you say? Those of you who come in with sycophancy, with flattery of these people, what can you say? The vice president said, no, We failed. 2 years. His predecessor was credited despite the atmosphere not being favorable. Unity Party was protesting. They were discouraging investors from coming into the country. They were doing a lot more. Yet the international community credited George Weah in under 2 years of creating jobs for the people, because he knew exactly that is the foundation of the economy. That is the bedrock. The first and foremost thing is to start creating the avenues, encouraging investors to come in, because they did not want Weah to create jobs for the people, and they were capitalizing on that. They were saying that the government of George Weah was not creating jobs, but the international community will credit him. They will release reports because Weah trips were making sense. Weah will make the case. He will make the case for Liberia, even though Unity Party people in opposition then were discouraging investors from coming into the country. Still, Weah was making way out of no way, and that's what leadership is. Joseph Yema Boakai does not have the leadership. Under 2 years, the vice president is admitting to failure. The vice president is conceding defeat, that their government has conceded defeat, that the government is visionless. What will it take you to create jobs? Even the first phase will be lauded. Just the first phase. Just get the opportunities off the ground like your predecessors did. But no. Everything that you saw Unity Party doing in the past and still doing is what in the American system they call a tea party. You just gather, you have long meetings, short meetings, just being rhetorical. You just talk. You give the public the impression that you're doing something, and nothing, absolutely nothing practical for the people can come off those meetings. Our president, Joseph Yema Boakai, has made 22 trips out of this country. Those 22 trips have yielded nothing yet. What the people continue to get is rhetoric. Rhetoric, you're just talking, long speech, just giving the impression that you're doing this. You go to this place, you talk, my government is doing this, and we'll make this country better. Think Liberia, love Liberia. The press secretary comes and say her own, the minister of information says here. So everybody, and then they get on social media and say XYZ. But you see nothing happening. Those are what they refer to as rhetorics. If somebody look at you and say, my man, you're just being rhetorical, the person is telling you you're just talking. You're explaining long. You're giving long story. You have not told us anything that will see the action coming. You're only explaining story. That's what they have been doing. Look at Unity Party ascendancy from the first day. Boakai is tired of having cabinet meeting now because none of his cabinet meeting yielded anything. If his cabinet meetings yielded anything, was vendetta, going after his opponents. Because every time they came out of a cabinet meeting, the police is ready to go after. Every time they came out of a meeting, Edwin Clark Martin, head of the assets recovery, is giving a news conference. They took 2 years to go after their political opponents instead of focusing on what will alleviate the people. They promised to bring the people out of poverty. They said George Weah placed the people in poverty, that Liberia's poverty rate under George Weah was high. I want you people to please, you Unity Party people, Go back to some of the campaign messages. Listen to Joseph Yuma Boakai. Listen to all of his officials and take the portion about job. What were they saying? That they convinced you. And you felt that, yes, electing Joseph Yuma Boakai, we will have jobs. Job will be all over the place. I can remember vividly one of the voices I heard. Companies will come into the countries. Factories will come in. I can remember that very well. One of the voices said during the campaign. So their understanding was Boakai was the Messiah, the miracle worker politically. But the miracle worker has turned to a miracle beggar, just like the beggar in John, feeding. Or let's say the rich man, because the rich man was concerned about himself. So using that biblical situation in a political context, Boakai and his people, they were being concerned about themselves from the very first day. And they now feel that you should feed on the crumb. So it's affecting you. And they know that it is affecting you. They know that they have failed. They know that 2 years too long. And listen, when I tell you people, you don't believe it. But here is it. Reason it out. The government has 6 years. Unity Party gone 2 years. 4 years remaining. The National Elections Commission starts preparation for 2029. Between 2026 and 2028, what more can Unity Party do? Nothing. You would think that there is millions of dollars sitting somewhere. They will just go take and start. Some of these promises made to them, some loans, some going to come 6 months, some 1 year, some after 2 years. That's how it works with countries around the world. So when you hear the government of Tajikistan gave the government of Liberia 3.4 million for road, don't be carried away that that money is just going to drop suddenly and they start the road. It's a long chain, long process. Sometimes it takes pretty close to a year. That's why every government will press for a second term. And they will tell the people that we didn't do this because of XYZ, so we want you people to give us a second chance, a second term, so we will complete what we've started. So nothing. Everybody is managing all by themselves. The government failed. Unity Party failed. They gave you the impression that they're coming to do something good with 1.2 billion budget. But that is not true. Everything that you're receiving from Unity Party is rhetoric. Only the people who are within the elite corridor are the ones who having job, having the money, and they have no time for you. So they gave you the impression because they don't want you to focus on the actual bread and butter issue. So they say 1.2 billion. That's how the politician works. The politician is cunning. Not cunning by creativity, cunning by devilish act. That's what the word means. So what happened now with the 1.2 billion, which we'll get to? But the vice president admitted, should Unity Party be conceding to job creation defeat, rescue, under 2 years, rescue vice president on behalf of his boss, Joseph Yuma Boakai, will confess that their weakness is lack of job creation. That's the government's weakness, failure, shame, disgrace. To close on this, he shamefully said that it's been 2 years since they took power and the people tired waiting. It's been 2 years since they took power and the people tired waiting. These are his words. I'm quoting him verbatim, word for word. What did he say again? That there is growing frustration over limited employment opportunity. Over limited employment opportunity. Meaning they're not creating jobs, they're not creating opportunities for employment. You know what led Dillon to say that he will only employ Unity Party people? They had a discussion. When we tell you that the government is not 100% okay, the government has a serious political headache. There is confusion within the government. They try to manage. They don't want it to come up because they know that the opposition is strong at picking up these things and analyzing them and swaying opinion. There is uneasiness. The government is factionalized. Over the months going into 2029, you will see the position taken by Yomli Kanga Lawrence. Yomli Kanga Lawrence thinks she in a better position. She's solidified now. They have accrued enough money. Their party can stand. Their party is independent. What they were not, they are now. So they will not need Joseph Yema Boaka in Unity Party reliably 2029. Don't be surprised, but we'll talk about that as we close. So the man say limited employment opportunity. What that means also that Unity Party people are not even helping their own people with employment. That most Unity Party, majority, the number is high, the ratio is high, that are staying outside, hoping on Unity Party people, so much so that they have to reduce themselves to begging Unity Party people for handout, begging them to pay rent, begging them to give them money, telling them, my wife, there is no food at our house, and all those things, reducing themselves because they find it not necessary to create employment opportunity. So Darius Dillon comes publicly and say at Unity Liberty Party's program that he will only employ Liberty Party. What he was doing, he was not necessarily say or being supportive or ready to help Unity Party people, but he was provoking Liberty Party. He was provoking Unity Party people. That this is the situation. You help your people, we help our people. No job. The government has not created any job. And the people are bashing on us. The people are condemning us. For us, Liberty Party, we were only alliance to you. We are not the full ruling party. You, Unity Party, the full ruling party, we were only exonerate to you. We were only a subset, a helping verb. You now must face the reality, take full responsibility. That what he was doing, he was exonerating Liberty Party from that whole stuff. That within ourselves, we try the best we can to create jobs for our people. Since the government can create over 2 years, under 2 years, they have not created any job. He was referencing the same thing. Days after he said that, the vice president goes to Freeport to commission the boat and said the government is weak in creating jobs. The government has not created jobs. It's the government's weakness. They are not helping their people. The same thing they brought against CDC. You listen to these guys. Listen to them. They confide in us. We hear some of the stories. Some of them want to get in government. You see how the confusion can come. This person favoring this person, the other person favoring. Dillon say he has one vacancy in his office communication, and Liberty Party female is reserved for a female. So they know the blunder. They try to give this impression that they're doing something. That's not how. So the vice president conceded, or the government conceded. Then the president, how should I term it? That was a misguided statement made by President Joseph Boakai. That was a misguided statement. They gave President Boakai's statement to read, and you tend to wonder whether they rehearse with the president or he sits and analyzes it. The president goes to make public address, he indicts himself, and he thinks he's saying something to the people, something motivational, but he indicts himself. He shows his irony. He shows his lack of cooperation. He shows that he's not the man who leads by example, even though he said no business as usual, but he is the champion of business as usual. Let me share with you few lines from the president's address on, when was it? Yesterday. He went to address schools of young people. Here's the irony. 2 paragraphs from the president, or just one, and then I'm done with that. He said, hold your leaders accountable. Hold your leaders accountable. Hold me, Joseph Yema Boakai, President, Republic of Liberia, accountable. Hold your senators, your representatives, your ministers, your superintendents, chiefs, and local leaders accountable. Then he gave the reason. He said, that is your right, and it is also your duty. Here is the man who is a practical irony of everything he says. The man is the president, but he's not open to accountability. If we start to lay out all Joseph Yema Boakai excesses, financial excesses, and if we have a serious legislature, they will be evidential, strong enough to impeach him. Put everything together from the first day Joseph Yema Boakai came to power. He refused. The first thing, Joseph Yema Boakai team, before right after the inauguration ceremony, what did Joseph Yema Boakai say? When there was call for a proper understanding of the money used, the Maxwell Kimayasa gave their version. Miata family represented Joseph Yema Boakai. Boakai came out to say Miata family conducted an inauguration. The organization was good. It was perfect. One of the best, if not the only best. When there was concern about that whole financial aspect. And we follow the entire preparation leading to Boakai's inauguration. Senator Edwin Snow told us about a physical fight between the former GSA boss, Mary Bro, and Miata family. the outgoing government gave their financial side. Boakai side refused. Boakai comes to cover up. He said, Miata family executed a very successful inauguration program. When everybody saw how that inauguration program went, it was messy. It was far below anything of a presidential preparation. Fast forward, the total fire or the total tanker burst. The president goes and gave substantial amount. He was questioned, where did the money come from? Today, Mr. President can say he can give account. And the list is long. Mr. President Joseph Yema Boakai travels. Good governance, transparency, and accountability. Also, when the president travels, when a government official travels, they are not using the personal money. They are not using private money. They are using the money of the government of Liberia taxpayers' money. It is within that good governance accountability act to come back and give a full report of the expenditure, meaning how you use the money. If you are giving, say, 500 as DSA, meaning daily service allowance, if you are giving 500, coupled with the other amounts, everything coming back, if money remains, you have to bring it with the document. Whatever you use, everything. So if $5 remain, then we'll put that in the coffer. So if we have a contingency, then we can move there and use that as a contingency recovery. None of Joseph Yuma Boakai officials, all of those who have made series of trips, ever came back to say anything to the people. The president himself made 22 trips. The president office has not given one. So when he talks about accountability, you tend to wonder whether he understands whenever he speaks. Because this is an irony. Leadership by example, it starts from the leader. You cannot be breaking all of the laws. Your life is associated with nothing accountability. Then you're telling the people to hold you accountable, hold their leaders accountable, hold the senators accountable, hold the representatives accountable, hold every other person accountable. Who creates the atmosphere for accountability? Who creates that? Where it starts from? The president. The president leads by example. If you understand Boakai accountability, this is Boakai's accountability. Go after George Weah, go after Miguel, go after Jefferson Koji, go after everybody that work in Weah government. Because that's the definition of accountability. Go after those people. Look in Boakai's government. Look what his officials are doing. Look how they are pillaging or they are stealing the country money, enjoying themselves. And broad day, they are justifying. Boakai talks about accountability. Here is another irony of the president's statement. Today, he cannot tell his party people to tell the nation where the money came from to secure a party headquarters. It is reported that they are using millions, or they have used millions to acquire that property. Doesn't it make sense for the people to know? Is that not accountability? Boakai is the president of Liberia. He's just under 2 years. and all of his officials, they will brag that they have secured their party headquarters, and they're going to use December 6th to raise money. Is that not the country money? Can they not give account? Bwaka should tell the people you give account. You tell the people, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. We saw Madame Sirleaf here sourcing money from outside, and she would call the organization. She wouldn't have it. She would call the organization, and they would confirm that, yes, Ellen reached out to us, and she said that she has XYZ problem in Liberia, or there's this group that needs support in XYZ, and so we consider the president's recommendation, and then we put forth 500,000 or 300,000. PUL did not have a dime. PUL was struggling. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf sourced money through Osiwa. Why did she do that? So they can say Ellen took government money, 300,000, and gave it to the president of Liberia. And everybody knew that the money came from Osiwa, and Osiwa officials confirmed it in a statement. So how can the president today talk about accountability when he has purchased millions of dollars headquarters and cannot say, told the country where the money came from today? And they would never say it. So Bwaka is just an irony, an oxymoron of what he says. Let me read his line again, and then we'll move on. He said, hold your leaders accountable. Hold me accountable. This is what is referred to as rhetorical. When you hear, they say, oh, the president was just being rhetorical. That means they were just making fun. Bwaka, they just carry him and say, look, my man, go and make a speech. And if they gave me this thing and I know that my conscience isn't clear, I would chunk it back to the people and say, you changed that. How can you people say in those lines, give account, and I should give account when we have problem? The people out there can reason. They are highly educated people. The media knows how to analyze well. So you take these lines from there. He made fun of himself. He helped the people to make fun of him. He is not any example. He has no characteristic of accountability. Hold your leaders accountable. Hold me accountable. Hold your senators accountable. Hold your representatives accountable. Hold your ministers accountable. Hold your superintendents accountable. Hold your chiefs accountable. And hold your local leaders accountable. The person who is not open, the main person who is not open to accountability is Joseph Yuma Boakai. Why the emphasis is on Joseph Yuma Boakai? Because he is the leader. He is the president. And let me take that word leader and use ruler. He is the ruler. Because ruler will shield, ruler will fend off everything accountability. The leader is open. The leader will have nothing to hide. So the leader will have a base, a ground to call on other people to be accountable. Then there's this one. The Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. The Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. Front Page Africa reported something this morning, and the ministry, I think they reported it a couple of days, the ministry being uncomfortable and they've been pressed the legislature too, Bwaka's legislature, they know, but they try to act like they're trying to help the country. They pretending. Gafwan came out. I want you people to listen, and you're reasoning this out with me or for yourselves. Gafwan came out after it was reported. The budget, we said, is a public document. Every citizen has the right to access it, go through it, know what is what. It is not the personal property of the government. It is not a private property. It is a public property, a public document. The law made it that way so you will know, so that you will not be left with doubt. So when you're not satisfied with certain things, you look and say, but this 1 year, this ministry here, the ministry here ain't get much work, but you're giving the ministry 9.5 million. All the agency here are not doing anything. You're giving it 2.3 million. There is this clinic in XYZ community, and that community is densely populated. And this, it does not have the medication, does not have the staff. So can, instead of giving this place 3.5 million, they're not doing anything, can put portion of that money, that's how you can look at it. When you hear them discussing, that's what they call allocation. So they'll say, okay, this 1 year, Broad Street all the time, Broad Street, Apupu water area. So you're giving so much to water and sewer, so much to public work, but what they're doing so much. There's this other place there. So let's allocate. Let's put this one this way. Let's give this one that way. That's what they call budgetary allocations. They sit down, they look at it. The word they get for A, the B word, English word they get for it, they call it budget analysis. Government, they put the 1.2 billion together. They think we are stupid. They think we are stupid. No reason. Bernie Spears say they want us to think stupid. But they know that we are not stupid. If in your house, put it in your condition, you have 500 or 1,000, let's take it at 1,000 or 1,005 from the various dollars that you have. If it is missing, it is easy for you to get that because of the high figure. Here is a country finance minister and Ministry of Finance. It was discovered the budget, the 1.2 billion budget, has too many discrepancies or too many errors. They put money in a place and they know how to close. So it tear eye, bringing out all those things now. How can 95 million United States dollars, 95 million, how can it be human error in the budget and there's no proper understanding? 95 million. Gafwan say the human error. Even 500,000, it will be discovered. Least to say 1 million. Then you're talking about 95 million. How come? Gafwan said that human error, meaning that human mistake. When the people were preparing the budget, they made an error. You call that error. This man, oh God, Gafwan, sorry to say, but Gafwan, I've always respected him, but Gafwan reducing himself. In this situation, I can say Gafwan is dull. Because we never saw these kind these kinds of justification or petty lies during Ellen's time. Ellen's time, he had a smooth ride. You see it now? You see, when you have a boss who does not know, have no economic knowledge whatsoever, it gives you a hard time. You will find it difficult to lie. Gafwan Honor Ellen, it was a smooth ride. It was a walk in the park for him because Ellen economically is seasoned. So she was doing most of the work along with Amara Kone and the other people she had internationally. Joseph Yuma Boakai is not that type. Joseph Yuma Boakai is not knowledgeable anything. Econ. It's not knowledgeable about budget. He does not know how to read budget. He does not know any one of those things. So he just sits like a mumu. Whatever they say, oh, Mr. President, we raised the budget to 1.2 million. All right, that's good. Thank you, Mr. Finance Minister. You go ahead. We had to build this country. Think Liberia, love Liberia. He is a mumu. The first person who, because when it leaves that room, called, I think, financial management, the team that gathered to do the budget analysis, putting it together. The president is the head of that team. The president is the head. You ask the financial people, ask the people in the financial room there. The president is a head. Boakai does not know how to read budget. So these guys then they're doing a normal thing they put in. How can 95 million United States dollars be human error? What's the possibility of that? It was put there intentionally to spread around that 2029 going into 2029, then they start. But you see, God exposing them. They know how to do it. They know, Gavon know how to do it. That all these things, Breman Kamara looks at, he say and I say, you ain't want me to be here, thank God, you're saving me from a bigger letdown. I see you. They call Gafwan Mr. Know-All. So he inside now. He's just running from radio station to radio station, radio station to radio station. They only find a minister in the world. They just run from radio station to radio station all day. You won't be talking. Yeah, the people tired listening to Gafwan. If I were Gafwan, I would sit down. The people tired. You know, they said there's this expression. Gafwan is just sounding like a broken record. A broken record is a song that you just tired listening to. It doesn't make impact. Every time it's playing, it just the song coming up, but it doesn't attract you. Because no substance, no worth again. That's how Gafwan looks. If I were Gafwan, and you people around Gafwan, you're telling him, Gafwan just sounding like a broken record now. Unity Party field. The vice president said the government weakness. The government weakness is job, lack of job. They have not created job. So what you will be saying? You can go. Your vice president already defeated you. Running from radio station to explain economy. Nothing working economically. Everything is at a standstill. So you will not, as a finance minister, just sit down and be more practical. Think of how you can get things off the ground. Then being rhetorical. Go to the other radio station. Then you on the other radio station. You call press conference at the Ministry of Finance. When you finish having a press conference, then the vice president comes and says, we have not created a job. It is our weakness. Under 2 years, the people are frustrated. It defeats you as finance minister. They're simply telling you that none of your policies are working. $95 million. That Gafwan say that human error. How can 95 million be human error? Some country, they sack Gafwan and sack everybody in that budget room. I see you. Those are the pointers. That's it. Even 1 million, too large an amount to make human error. Then you talk about 1.2 or 95 million. That budget, I can see why it's stuck at the legislature. But this is where the opposition lawmakers now will do the needful for the people if they truly value the people, if they truly representing the people. This is where they have to stand up. If not, that's it. All right. Those are the pointers. Our hearts goes out to the people of Nigeria. It's not easy. Every day, people are being kidnapped, abducted, and killed. There's war all over. Sudan is ravaging. Just everywhere. Yeah, just everywhere. It's not easy. Let's go with a few comments and then we move on. Okay. Perry Slobot writes, with all their rampant corruption, let them remember the past history of the PHP 1980. The light poles are still around. Philip Tukpa, let's give accountability for the villas in Foya. This old man is very dangerous. Matthew Cholople, Boaga and his officials are all criminals. Willem Broer, why it is true that UP government hasn't created new jobs for the Liberian people, it is equally true that under the gavel of President JMB, it massively dismissed those it met in government. Yeah, it took them off job. And do you know, Emmanuel, do you know that the civil service payroll has doubled than what they met? They said we took it to a very high level, but go check it. They've put people everywhere in all of those ministries and agencies. It gone up by 2. Zakba Katie said Joe Boaga is a professional criminal. There's Chuchu Sinatua. We just look at them. If that only Unity Party elected them, what are you trying to say? Not to claim. Royal always advise say the factories of lawlessness, killings, and looting are more. All right. Let's get to the lines. You can have your say. Then we are out for today. 0772 2399 33 0886 304497 0777 980375. Then we are out for today. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm Dennis Curry, calling from Kerry Street.
Yeah, let's hear you from downtown Kerry Street.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the topic. Sam Andrew, you know, for me, nothing we can get from the old man. The whole country will just remain like this. You understand? So, I want to know the way you go to, how to call it, play Morocco again, will we get something from there? No. So, this country, we just made a mistake by election workers. Great mistake we ever made in the Republic of Liberia. There's a mistake. and everybody feeling the pinch. Whether opposition, whether the ruling party, everybody feeling the pinch. Now, nobody know what's going on. Everybody get that kind of way, my brother. So, thank you for educating every day. God will bless you guys. Thank you.
Thank you too. Have a nice day. Hello.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Hello.
I know you on the air. Speak.
Okay. Yeah, I want to ask. Your previous sister also was, but I don't be there. You be there. You go China. You go from the sea for the education. I don't know what it goes there. To pay our Gary. You get it? But if you your phone, then what matter what? You have to ask. So I went to that. Now you're going to do the way. What? The member, oh, they're going to reach our places. Nothing was out. What is all the money? What is it? They want our everything. They're not who. Can't take the sky. You're not allowed to all. We have to go to school. I will send you to school. You're coming to see your happy brother. Your happy brother, get a woman to go to school. They say, we do some nationality. No job. Who will bring the job? They get a phone about the bring the job. Now, bring the sister out. Take your care, man. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello?
Yep.
Okay, this is Peter Callum calling from Township of West Point, St. Andrew. Are you getting me?
Chief, you're on the air. If you're on the air, I wouldn't say hello.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you for your program this evening. Oh man, you say the truth. You say the truth every day. You don't always see the truth about people. The first year, the man was nothing. Nothing American people about people. The man said the country. You talk more than 21 times. You're doing nothing about people. You're doing nothing. I can't even believe. So, man, the government, you want to what to do. You will pray for the government for our age. Because they can't see that going on in this country. Everybody see it. That's the put our brother back. Before see it, they have our winner, I'll go for Baka. You know, let me tell you something. We always pray for Baka. You're not there for your family. Nothing you're not there. Every day, and travel, nothing you bring back. Anytime you travel, you're not bring nothing back because you see the election. So thank you for your program.
It went off. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
This is Federal Council. This papi here, who said nobody should go in. The wickedness he brought in the country, you think he will be free out of it? Where he getting money from to pay headquarters? When you go, he can't come with 1 cent. The other people he won't compare himself with when they go. They can get them something to bring. They can bring money, but when he fly say you can't bring, you can carry a signal at you and say you can't buy. You eat off. So let me tell you, let me make you to understand. The party headquarters that they are building, after that time, when you say as ministry, because that government money they use. Talking about ministry will put there. Nothing you will gain from here. The person is getting more data. Thank you, sir.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Andrews. I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call from a Popo corner, down Coldstone Hill, Wintown community. Mr. Andrews, thank you very much for your level of education and for always coming to give us the happiness of our country and to the issue. Mr. Andrew, to have here from the man who campaigned on the mattress of job creation, the man who campaigned and accused a predecessor that he did not have the international community to bring jobs. He did not have the international community to bring investors. When they come, job will waste, NGO will come. 2 years, going to 3 years into the administration to do this kind of open confession, it tells you that this gangster paradise, quote unquote, UP gangster paradise have failed the Liberian people. So why are they running? If indeed you know they have failed, why are they running to use our millions that is supposed to use to improve our life to Bar Party headquarters. Is this what they told the Liberians? Is this what they insulted President Weah and all of those of us who associated ourselves with President Weah? So you only came to fail our country to make the kind of open confession. Is this why you accuse President Weah of breaking drugs? Today, the staff of your office is being quote unquote arrested for engaging in drugs. What have you come to do? What did you come to change? Oh God, for Liberia, Liberians are wise. As we're going forward, we know what it is. Come 2029, it is so good that the horse's mouth has confessed that they have failed us. 2029, you just pack your sakato and make way for our most developmental president to come and continue his stable job that he was doing for us. Thank you very much for always giving us the opportunity to make our voice on national issue. Long live President Weah. Long live the Massive Congress for Democratic Change. And long live the CDC. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Can I say Andrew?
Yeah.
How do you take Papa?
Fine.
God bless you. God multiply you. Because the thing with Isa is not easy. You shouldn't be calling from Clarita. So I say Andrew, the thing with Isa, the people are in debt. Because when they move for in power, the next person that we get there, but when he get there, it will not be easy for us. Because it's not small thing. Because we suffer not easy. Even to get school fee now for children, not easy. They budget in the past, the teacher that maybe a friend. The budget at the past. Health. I'm not seeing health Isa. Nothing. They say they can't rescue us. They can't rescue Joseph Walker, then they say that all they can to rescue. Eh? There you go. They drop now past my mole every before. They go again. 2.3 that they die. Our only highway when our people die. They're not sure. So what we held it to now, the Sohanti, because they came with talking here very serious for our children, our born children that coming, they're not easy. Because when our country now, our children, we serve for our children, because everything now is not easy. They're not easy, oh, that will help, oh, that will black, I'm not come back to power. So he will rescue us, because he's the real rescue man. Joshua is the rescue man for their country, because when your husband, he will be there to pay your house. When your child is going to school, you make a child to go to school, but right now we eat Jabate. Say, Andrew, that God bless you for the message that you're giving us. We live and we tell our children that we're born in a country, we tell them to know who to vote for 2029 by the grace of God. Thank you for the program this evening.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much, Andrew. It is our debut family. I hear this call. Are you getting me?
Chief, you are on the air. Talk.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sandro. Oh, Mr. Sandro, you see, learning something is another thing, and people laughing what you learn to benefit your people is another thing. You see, there's a big difference between the present finance minister and the former finance minister from Samuel is a financial expert and Liberian understand the possible impact of what he made. For this particular finance minister, nothing Liberia is benefiting, nothing Liberian benefiting. That many a financial expert now, because I'm not too late, even in the financial that the possible impact of financial ideas. Go to students, all the credit. I'm not someone to a finance minister that was small project where what the country was lively. For that particular money man, that guy is me. I don't know how really applying the financial that the country so hard at this. Eh? I don't really know that, but you know how happy they put away the country be lively. That is gossip gafan, that is open up, that is for particular class. That's something to go there. 2,000 of those guys. Thank you very much.
Hello. Hello?
Sam.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Okay, I say something big birthday woman and language.
Yeah.
They said I forgot to call you, but I will still call you today, so you can come on.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, hello, Sam, you go. I said it all. What we've been saying for who's here, yeah, repeated itself.
That's what I'm saying. We've been saying those things that they call water. Even the buka in the water, you get contact more than water. In the water, you get contact. Where every water to the we say those things, say they men. They want to go beyond. We're lying. In a cool. As they offer job in Lofa, in the back, they open them all. Oh, if you vote for us, they put a creative job for you. They say they're not getting job, they're suffering too much. That who was saying that here, Boga was saying that there. So if you vote for us, we'll open your avenue that you'll get job. Mr. Bwaka, you said it in the back, in Lupaka. What is the people that we fail the people that we have to do a single job for them? The one we saw, we said no, that man, he will not come to power. You avoid that man. You avoid the pregnancy, he will not come to fruition. That man, that you wanted man, he is a cool man. He must pass out, you avoid them. They say no, that will do that. We are suffering out. We're not getting SYZ. We're not working on Mawata. We're not working on future land. No. Today, the people are confessing. They want to confess yesterday. They prevented everybody that person. We are saying what they he loved it to prevent them. Not to enter the house. Not to get anything from them. Today, that one go there, the hurting, he's crying. So they're cool now talking, telling the people that will fail the people, the refugees fail the people. Open the poor, will get a poor job, will not give you a poor job, will not give you a one single job. And the poor already get it was very damaging for our country, from our Liberia. They get a report and say, oh la la, as the 2023 report gave me what was calling cool and Boga in the East. The people of flying to the phone and that Boga town that we just about we are town. So the people will think and they will feel it and they will touch it and they will explain what they said. They said, don't tell you. But they said, no, tell you what I said. They say number 2 left. We have to one win. That's what they to move forward. But they said no, we are the money man. He won't go your picking food. And that today. But who also today will see somebody coming from there to browse somebody. To free them from that the broken jaw, they catch them. You go browse somebody, they catch you, they disgrace you. Then you say, I like you anybody, you make your play book on that. That man are pretty joy and rest. When you go say your book, you know about your quality system. You can't tell anybody anything in the country. You can go your kids back and say we have to get job. So let move that man and bring water.
Right. Thank you.
So much for them I do for having me on the land today. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
That's my car. You know, you were right when you said the vice president was not blunt. That's it. He was not blunt. You were just validating what we have been seeing and all of the reports that are coming for the international community. So the guys that have been supporting the Bwaga government who have been acting that, oh, it's not true, government is doing well, government is doing that. So that is just a validation of what we have been saying. It's clear. Because if a government will come to power, and even the little job that you met people doing, and all that you do, you started to chase everybody and taking them out. Then the little job that people are trying to create for themselves, you also chase them out. Where do you think that you can create a job? Moreover, all the travel, all the effort that they have made, they think that they can attract everything to the country, it's not working. So it just speaks volume to the fact that we will be, and you know, the part of the government is not going to do anything right now. Nothing that they can do because they fail to set the foundation of their government.
Mr. Carr, you there? You went off. Mr. Carr went off. Salient point you're pushing through. Well, let me inject this. You hold on to the call. I will stay take you up till 5 o'clock. Then we talk. We are returns to the presidency, and then we out. From day one, I've said to you people that Richard Kuhn cannot manage that flow. It's just not being speaker and enjoying the support and everything that goes with that position. But understanding yourself, knowing who you are, having a full control of your psychology, which will put you in a ready position to manage 73 different behavioral traits, different attitudes. Moreover, receiving and managing information. One of the responsibilities of any office is how you cope, any public office, how you cope with the media. Sorry to say, I'm not saying it in a degrading manner, but in a positive way as per what the work is. The media is tempting. That's why they tell you as a media institution or individual journalist, be aggressive, be on top of your game, and on we can go. Richard Kuhn will say he can't make that flow. You hold on. Let me inject this, then I'll go back to your, and then I just don't want to leave it. Something happened today when his guys were in that place and he was representative on the floor. He felt it was easy. He felt, oh, these guys, they just sitting here, nothing much, and all the kind of stuff. Fast forward, he's there. Every day there is a confusion. Richard Kuhn can hardly have a day pass by without the flow being unruly, like a wrestling ground. He himself putting anger, vexation, blasting. You saw what he did when the responsibility was passed on to one of the clerks to do the reading, and he faltered. Instead of Richard Kuhn being the parent of the flow, seeing it from a more sober or being sober to address it, he joined the deputy speaker to laugh at the guy, made fun of him. Today, Richard Kuhn turned his irrational anger on the journalist. Richard Kuhn said he would jail the journalist. If he didn't do it, they must change his name from Richard Kuhn to any other name. That speaker talking that thing. They tell man. Yeah, what the man said. He said, the press, this session is not legal yet. Anything you recall here, we will deal with your all. Your all carry anything from here, and we grab your. When we don't put your in jail, you're all in jail. Your all should change my name. When we catch your all will believe it. Meaning, the journalist should not record anything in his words when the session is not legal. Once the session is legal, then they can record. I don't know what he referred to as legal session and illegal session, because when you say the session, when the session is not legal, then it means that there is illegal session. On the fringe of the illegal session, let's use his words. They do interviews, they hear some things, they take care of it, all the kind of stuff. It's hard to control that. So what you want to do as speaker, put on a simple psychology. Gentle guys, we can understand that's your work, you know how to do it, but please, let's have some civility interspersed with your professional work. We will need you people to conduct yourselves in a manner that will not cause confusion on the floor, interruptions here and there. You can do your recording, but you want to do it in a manner that will represent you people as professional people, as we see you people as professional people, and also will not cause stir for us too as representatives, because we are discussing sensitive issue. We know that you people might want to recall some of these things, but you want to do it in a manner that, by the time you finish saying that, guess what? The guys themselves will be happy to say, yes. But when you put a temper tantrum, then you show your limitation. No, don't threaten the journalists to put them in jail. Whether the session is legal or illegal, you just need to put a mechanism in place. That's why you have the communication arm at the House of Representatives, and you have how they call the guy, robbers, robber hands or robber ears, communicated through the communication man, and say, man, coordinate your people. These are the ways we expect them to conduct themselves while session is on, or even when the session has not been called into full effect. Then the man responsible for that part will do his work. There's division of labor. Pass that on. But to openly threaten to jail the journalist, no, that was too low, too petty of Richard Cohn. But it's not a surprise. From day one, I've been saying it, and I maintain. And I told you people, you will hear, you will see more of that. Next year, you will see. It will not be a surprise to hear Richard Cohn slap one of his colleagues. But anybody who gives a dissenting opinion to Richard Cohn, he called the sergeant. Put him outside. Put him outside. Sergeant, I said, put him outside. His cliche. One way look at him and say, my man, yeah, we are all equals. We're not your children. You know how to talk to people here, because he took it on to his colleagues too. The guy is overzealous. The guy is pathologically, how should I say? The guy is dull and greedy for power. That's what you seeing. So he happy because he get convoy moving, long convoy speaker. He does not even have the stature of a speaker. That personality ain't there. The man just look that kind of way, just somebody from the interior. You can see he has that interior posture. The man went to Sierra Leone. He could not even position himself as speaker. Did not even know how to introduce. His own people, he telling them, you introduce yourself now. The other person look at him and say, I'm Representative SYZ, I'm the chairman on the education committee. They're my direct couple, that my brother. You know, yeah, regime speaker. Let's go back here. I just thought to share that with you. The regime speaker. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The counselor in the men's office, that calling video, you got to advise the mail. Yeah, not easy. Hey, the country here too, not easy. Season counselor like that, man, go sit down in Rachel Coon office. Amen. Let's go back. Yeah. Yeah, Rachel Coon, you say you're a jaded journalist? I mean, you put yourself in trouble. The people that will write so negative things on you, sit down there. You know them. They're very powerful. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Samanju. And good afternoon to the peace-loving people of both our countries, to be a specialist, quite wanted this. Well, Samanju, Labrador people, we told these people yesterday, we said this government, these guys don't have no, ability of ruling this country. But, Labrador people, they said that, Baka is an old man, he really has nothing to do with money, what have you. But, we make a mistake. Samanju, well, in my district, from Kwaduboni district, I'm a civilian to be specific. But in my district, most ability is doing well within my district.
Chief, I'm talking about those things, my man. I'm talking about what work other people doing. What's that? I'm talking about if you say sedition doing this in a district, it makes sense. What I got to do with most ability and the other people? So That's why you see when we cut you off, then the people say, other people who know, they say, oh, you did, yeah. You follow the trend of the discussion. That's how I run my show, year in, year out. I don't prepare to come and finish, then you bring in something else. No, there are not two persons running the show. That one person, we have pointers. So if you're not interested in the pointers we share with you, forget about calling. What got to do with municipality doing XYZ in your district? So what? Huh? So, yeah. The man say, journalists, you who are the capital, he will jail you if you try him. If you think he's joking, you're trying. He will send you to South Beach. Fonati Kofa was over there. That place used to be heated. The journalists, they pushed Fonati Kofa against the wall many times. Fonati Kofa used a simple psychology. He will not threaten them. He will not even. There are times Fonati Kofa, he felt uncomfortable with the media. He felt uncomfortable with certain media institutions. He felt uncomfortable with certain journalists. He felt uncomfortable with certain questions. But guess what? He did not reach the point of threatening any journalists over there. Why? He knew that that was the job. They were doing the job. Just as being representative or presiding is hectic, he understood the journalists work the same way. He was not friendly with everybody 100%, was not rosy here in the media as speaker. No. There were times that he was uncomfortable with the media, but he never, Fonati Kofa as speaker, he never threatened any journalist. He never openly said that if you did this, we'll jail you, we'll send you to South Beach. He never. Here's a regime speaker, dollar of a speaker. Hello. No, call off the radio. When you call, you don't leave the radio on. Call. Hello.
Good afternoon, General.
Yeah.
You see all the people you call in and it's so related to them. All the people that satanic power they're using. So you see that power move on their hand, you see them running around here like crazy people. What can happen to them? What they use satanic power and say they get power? One day we'll see all of them on the street. Thank you.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You know, the brand that connected factory for him. Now somebody that coming from somebody where gonna change the whole solution, the whole party, the discipline, and now fully party for somebody to go and say, oh, I'm meeting one away, you block guy, I will tell you, I will do the one, I will do the one. I not go to Kofaki and do that one. But to the point of the president, can you imagine? Say, look at the thing what the president do. The 10 people trying to like cannot play yesterday. The president saw this kind of trouble. They not here to see about the people you not being live and get and go outside. I want money in the I'm mentioning every right to go to the hospital, you will lie, say go to social country. When you want to go 3 days, to go change the battery, he will say you go to social country, social program, and you're not going for no program. Now, one month, resources, what was so power trying to school, what was so bad our road, what was so bad medicine, and put it in our hospital, like ain't damaging it. So, try setting out on the ground, when you see the school, or try setting out on the ground, and not in school. Say, our country suffering. And now, pray. December 17, I'm talking to all the librarians. And I want to see this. All the librarians are here. If you know you're suffering in your country, you know how your country going down. Care also. You said, Diamond, go. Back you go on the street. You go say, enough, but I must set down. Or even the thing we want to do it. Thank you, Papa. Thank you for listening.
Hello.
Yeah, come on, you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Samaji, this is Mohammed Donza Fofana Jr. But Samaji, I was just saying that I was just want to make a recommendation for our party, CDC. Well, I want for President Weah and Musa Bede to be on TK on 2029. That's my
Chief,
recommendation.
my man, we're not talking
That's
that
all.
team, man. We're 2029, that 4 years in between. You were telling people what to do.
That 4 years in between.
Yeah, but we ain't talking that
team
team now, my man. I'm not talking what you're pairing TK pairing. No, Chief. You can tell that man. You can discuss it in your era. The number I discussed about pairing. It's too soon for that one there. Hello. Hello.
I don't want fans. I don't want
Yeah.
Yo, the regime speaker. That's what he do, yeah.
The man say you a J journalist now over there.
They have called somebody to be called. Someone will ask what he is there. I probably say room there. I probably room there.
The man say when the people trying with J, then if he do it, they must change the name from Richard Cole to anything.
So he must go and listen. What is Bokotimo? What is Pico Kofa? Anything that it was don't force yourself. That may have those Russian ability. We sell it over and over. But they were picking regimes because you're happening today in the house. They're getting there to report everything to the people. They want job is started for us. You tell it there when they report anything that they say in your bedroom or they go fire your woman. They say, but anybody report it, say you're jail there, but they not do it. They will change your knee. They start Richard Cool. Thank you, Papa. They get it right for their say. Anybody talk what I will tell you. It will be a fool, yeah. My son and you, it will be a fool. It will be a fool. Yeah, that's what I'm for, man. Let's move forward. What's going to be a fool?
But down all the journalists now, down all the journalists of behind Richard Coon.
Yeah, there's some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them will be a fool.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the Mamu, this man. The rest of them will come in and say you are a speaker. Tell them that anything you say in our house, that's the fun of. Not just everything in our man. Anything I hope you will damage it. But what's going to happen? Trust me, my son. Trust me. Cool, that man. Even here, how you looking arrogant? Just watch and see. The show just beginning now up. Thank you.
All right, man, Sisi, have a nice day. Hello. Hello? You are on the air.
Oh, hello, my son. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, thank you for your day. The speaker of Kofa, my son, I can say that all I wanted. Now they take the government, they think that money they are waiting in the room or in the grave. We can just go take it and start to find it. That's the way they look at it. But they never knew when he became president or when he became speaker of the house. He must know book. That's why they know that the one where Kofa didn't know. That one where they know that it comes from right side of the house. It comes from right side of the house. That's the real one. Yeah. That's why giving them hard time. They will always give them hard time. The people be helping them. We are be helping the people. Special land man. They will do the sea world. Boakai. They are either one turn against Mr. Weah. So all these things it will go back to their side. All the bad things is going back to their side, and they will confess. They will confess to all the Liberia, to all the citizens. Now the only way they will go straight. But they don't even confess. They come. They starting here. We see. They will confess until everybody will be seen. Yeah. Those that even vote, they vote for them, that vote in the chair. We talk in the place, we get tired. Still, they go vote for them. They went so bad, even if it's for law. The country of the two people vote for them, selling down, they say, how many thousand? See, look at them, the people knowing, they know Guakai. The people know Guakai. We, the country, will know Guakai. We say, I want Jawia. We say, I want Jawia. That's the man we want. And like the man will say, the 2029 president. And that's what we here for. Of course, but I will still vote for him. Thank you, my son.
Okay, thank you too. Have a nice day. Great Tuesday. This break, then we call it a day. How we go home? Let's go with this one. We are returned to the presidency 2029. Let's get it off this way.
CDC, get ready for Joe Weah to come back. But for you to be ready, you want Joel to come back? You want Joel to come back? Each and every one of you got to go out in the street and start recruiting. You go in the community where you live and start recruiting. 2029 will be at the police station. Any attempt to cheat, any attempt to wreck the election, the consequences will be so severe that even those who in power will not be understanding. Any attempt to cheat in 2029, any attempt to cheat in 2029, some of our friends who want to cheat in 2029, the consequence will be severe will not be understanding. The country is of democracy, and the result must be upheld. The person who will win the election will be the person who will take power. Nobody will say you will remain in power. And I believe that the president, who is my uncle, I know he's a genuine man, go in the community where you live and start recruiting. 2029 will be at the police station. Any attempt to cheat, any attempt to wreck the election, the consequences will be so severe that even those who in power will not be understanding. Any attempt to cheat in 2029, any attempt to cheat in 2029, some of our friends who want to cheat in 2029, the consequence will be severe will not be understanding. The country is of democracy, and the result must be upheld. The person who will win the election will be the person who will take power. So severe that even those who in power will not be understanding. Any attempt to wreck the election, the consequences will be so severe that even those who in power will not be understanding. Any attempt to cheat in 2029, any attempt to cheat in 2029, some of our friends who want to cheat in 2029, the consequence will be severe will not be understanding.
Anybody break election will run me. If the mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it. Anybody break election will run me. If the mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it. Anybody break election will run me. If the mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it. Anybody break election will run me. If the mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention. Anybody break election will run me. If the mean will come from the bush, will come from the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. We will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it.
Let's assume for the discussion sake, they intend, giving them the benefit of the doubt, to wreck the election. Here is how you defeat that doubt, dismiss it, that it wouldn't come to reality. This is how you do it.
CDC, get ready for Joel to come back. But for you to be ready, you want Joel to come back? You want Joel to come back? Each and every one of you got to go out in the street and start recruiting. You go in the community where you live and start recruiting. 2029 will be at the police station.
Great. You want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Assume that they intend to cheat, but you have everything that they will not cheat. Cheating is stealing, and it leads to conflict. Cheating means you are unable to defeat the person, that you do not have the strength, you do not have the number, A person who cheats, it means the person knows that he has not the ability, can make it. So whatever that is available to him, use that as his strength. That's what cheat is. You can defeat cheat, intend to cheat with golf numbers. Golf numbers. Weah wouldn't return to the presidency if people are excited, motivated, spirited with the wit 2029. You don't get your goal achieving by just pointing to the future. You get ready to enter the future. The future is already there. The future is already set. You don't talk about the future. You don't romanticize the future. You don't flirt the future. You get ready to enter the future. That ready or readiness is preparation. You have to start now, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and always. Your opponents are encouraging their people. They feel they have two strengths. One, they have the people. Two, they have the power. You have not the power, but you have the strength, and your strength can overpower them. As you are excited, motivated, spirited for 2029, it wouldn't just drop. You have to prepare for it. The future is prepared for. The future is not feeling impressed. You prepare for the future. You get ready for the future. Talk to your people. Reach out. Let it be a daily routine or a weekly routine. Take on the Jehovah Witness pattern. Befriend people. Reconcile. If there is a disconnect, reconcile with your partisan. If you people had any misunderstanding and it has kept or keeping you people aside, move to that person and say, I'm sorry for whatever may have happened. Let's move on. Let's get along. We have a task ahead of us. Everywhere, reach out. You cannot defeat your opponent when you are not preparing and just talking. They cannot cheat if your number is 5 or 10 times theirs. They will cheat if your number is low. They cannot cheat when your number is 5 or 10 times their number. Your number cannot rise when you are doing nothing. We've got a couple of weeks to 2026. The work starts effectively 2026. 2026, let it be less talk, more action. 2026, let it not be you relax more and you hope on. Don't bring in any hope if we are to return, which he will, into the equation. Don't bring hope into the equation. When you say we will return or Bwaga will be defeated, 2029, you should put that expression into action. Put that expression into action. The players will not say we will win the game when they are not practicing for the game. The practice means they are ready. This is a political game. You will not win the game when you're just expressing excitement. Everybody, everywhere, whatever you can do to reach out to people, to recruit, to evangelize, do it. Everybody, you in Liberia, you out of Liberia, just anywhere. If truly you are a sedition friend of George Weah, you believe in George Weah's leadership as you experienced the first time, and you are convinced that he should come back, you have that burden to ensure that happens. Weah himself is preparing. Weah isn't just with the expression or the cliche 2029, I will defeat Buakai. No. Every word that Weah expresses, he gets into action to actualize those expressions or words. When you see the leader doing that, then it means you must follow suit. Reach out. You've got ample time to increase the number. Let us not think that just saying it's going to happen suddenly. Even if we pray to God, God will tell you to get into action. You can spiritualize 2029. God will still tell you, get into action. Everybody in the Bible, be it social, political, economic, whatever situation they faced with, and they needed a comeback, they had to get into action. Those who just felt impressed, motivated, excited, spirited, but never got into action, they never experienced a comeback. God helps everybody. God helps everybody to achieve your goal, be it domestic, international, marriage, politics, social, religious, economic, whatever. God helps everybody. God is not of anybody who needs luck or who needs help or needs his help. But yeah, how he works. You must first get into action before God comes in. We believe in God, but we have a task ahead of us. We will not entirely rely on God. We will first entirely rely on ourselves, then God can come in. That's how he works. God never does it first. No. You do it first, then God comes along to help. Everybody, do whatever you can. Do whatever you can to increase the number. We are playing our part. Know it. We are playing our part. This is our responsibility. The medium is placed before us called the radio station. The radio station reaches thousands of people in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye. The radio station is powerful. It's not powerful because it has equipment. It's powerful because it has the people. It reaches vast majority of the citizens, vast majority of the people of this country. The radio station is swaying opinion in favor of George Weah. The radio station is changing minds and changing attitude and directing people on George Weah's lane. We are playing our part. We compliment your effort. You also do something. Don't sit. Don't be hoping. It's one thing talking about 2029, Bwaka will be defeated, we'll move him. It's one thing acting to move Bwaka 2029. Let's raise the number. Let's reach out. Outreach. Reach out in your community. Reach out. Whichever, however you can do it. But do something. Do something. The man himself, along with his people, did not move in with the impression they will come back 2029. He is working. They are working. 2029 is close. Don't live with any illusion that it is far. It is not far. Believe me, people, 2029 is not far. If you know election, if you have been following election atmosphere, you will believe what I'm telling you. It is not far. Technically, the national election, we are 3 years away. The National Elections Commission starts everything next year. You got next year, 2026, and then what happened? That 12 months, and then less than no time, 2026 is fading, and then there's 2027. What will happen? What you will see unfolding between next year, 2026, and 2027, 2028, it's all preparations, everything preparations. The National Elections Commission and its international partners and the political parties, independent candidates, everybody will be fixated on 2029 by preparation. The government will be distracted. The government knows that it does not have the time. The time isn't in the government's favor. Listen carefully, watch it, put on this picture. The government has gone 2 years, nothing significant. They've got 2026. And nobody knows what 2026 going to be like. It is likely that 2026 might have the same atmosphere of 2024 and 2025. 2026 will have elapsed, and then there is 2027. They will be hoping to make something of a significant stride. What will be happening? Time will be fading away. Do they have enough time? Do they have ample time? No. The burden of proof is on them. The burden of proof is not on you. They are hoping for time, but the time isn't in their favor. Trust me. They cannot do anything significant between 2026 because 2025 is over. They can do nothing between 2026, 2027, 2028. They can do nothing significant. So they have the burden. The distraction is on them. They've already distracted themselves by 2 years. They used 2 years to distract themselves, as evident by the confessions all over the place. Secondly, the future is unknown. Nobody knows what 2026 is going to bring. Only God knows whether it's going to be characterized by clash or prosperity or whatever. Only God knows. The government don't know. Joseph Yima Boakai, the president, don't know. None of his ministers know. But they plan. They plan. They plan. Everybody who plans don't know the future, but it is unto you to plan. So all you have to do, the months, days, weeks, year, use it to mobilize, use it to recruit, develop a strong recruitment ability. This one, the burden of support is on you. If truly you are ready for George Weah to return to the presidency, the burden of responsibility or the burden of support on you. That means you will not depend on others to support you. This is where loyalty comes in. Loyalty comes with sacrifice. It comes with pains, with hurts, with frustration. Meaning you put in everything and you are not there, but you are confident. You rely on nobody. Even when you have external support, you will accept, but you will not rely on it entirely. You will go within your reach. You will act within your reach. You will just use what the Hebrews will call very muchness. You put everything into it of yourself, by yourself, from yourself to get the number increasing for George Weah. Don't forget, don't rule that out. No, don't rule out this. But get ready to give them no space to do this. Don't rule this out.
Anybody break election will run and the will come for the bush, will come for the bush. So anybody got intention of breaking election, you must stop it. We will take it from you by force. You will have no regret to do it. I got no regret for what I say. Anybody break election, you have the intention to break it, you must stop it.
Later when you live and start recruiting. 2029 will be at the polling station. Any attempt to cheat, any attempt to wreck the election, the consequences will be so severe that even those who in power will not be understanding. Any attempt to cheat in 2029, any attempt to cheat in 2029, some of our friends who want to cheat in 2029, the consequences will be severe, will not be understanding.
Don't rule this out, meaning hold it to your chest. Don't be afraid. Let it not intimidate you. You have the weapon to counter any attempt to cheat. That weapon you have, the ability to recruit. The more the number, the higher the number, there is no possibility of cheating. You can make the margin a gulf. You can create a gulf margin. A gulf margin simply means surrender. A gulf margin means surrender. If you can get a gulf margin by raising the number, they will only concede because there will be no need to cheat because the atmosphere would not exist for that. They will have all of their mechanisms in place, but the number will be the ultimate decider. That is why you need to do just this. This is the niveau. This is what is unto you. This is your greatest, your sophisticated weapon. This is all that you need to do.
CDC, get ready for George Weah to come back. But for you to be ready, if you want George Weah to come back, you want George Weah to come back? Either every one of you got to go out in the street and start recruiting.
Right.
You go in the community where you live and start recruiting.
Right.
2029 will be at the polling station.
Thank you. That's all. That is all you need, and you have it. Don't worry about the other things, but hold them to be part of your gallery. Put the attempt to cheat in your gallery, but let it not be any discouragement. Let it not be a sign of distraction, but just keep it in your gallery and know that this is what they want to do. So before they can do it, increase the number. When your number quadruple them, when your number is by far higher, 5 or 10 times theirs, They will give up on every plan they have to cheat because there will be absolutely nothing they will do. Everywhere you find yourself across the country, in the community, in the clan, the towns, the village, everywhere, reach out. That's how you defeat your opponent. That's how you overcome your opponent. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. They are in power. They have the guns. They have every other thing. Don't be afraid of those things. They can do nothing, absolutely. They cannot. The last thing they will ever want to do is to engage in a militarized atmosphere to hold on to power. Don't be afraid of that. You are citizen of this country. Just play your part. Just play your patriotic role. Just play your partisan role. That's all you need to do. Leave the rest. Don't get distracted. Put on that spirit of very muchness. Give your very muchness. Depend on yourself to reach out. Support yourself. Put excuses aside. Don't bring excuses into it that I have this, so no way I want the party to help me, to get me there, and we got to reach out. Don't do that. That will be the beginning of your weakness. If you are a partisan, and if you tested the leadership of George Weah and you're convinced that George Weah ought to come back to do more than what he did, depend on yourself. Don't rely on people. Use whatever you can. It's not going to be difficult. It's not going to be impossible. Once you make a decision in life and say, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I want to do it, everything going to fall in place with time. But you must be ready. Put no joke into it. Don't put emotion into it. Don't put cursing into it, because you will be tempted along the way. You will be provoked as you move around to recruit. They will say all manner of things to you. They will tempt you. They will provoke you. But be focused. Don't give into distraction. Your goal is only to recruit. There are people who are waiting for you. There are people who want to cast their ballot. They saw Weah here. They did not vote for Weah 2018. They did not. They saw Weah's regime. There are some who didn't favor his regime. They have a second thought now. There are too many ways people can change. Don't give up. Reach out, and you will see it working. Everything works with time. Thank you for being with us. That's all the time we've got for the show. Real Talk. We talk it real. We talk it fearless. We talk it boldly. This is our country. We are all stakeholders. We've got the responsibility to maintain the peace, stability, and security of this country. Equally, we have the responsibility to share our pieces of advice to our government. We also have the responsibility to caution our citizens on what to do, how to do it, and then, yes. So that's it. We'll see you. We'll see you. We're back tomorrow, if God permits. The doctor himself is in at 8 o'clock. The only teacher of the land, Anthony at law, A.B. William with Face the Issues. You don't want to miss it. This is how we go home. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. Shalom.
Jah Rastafari. It's a redemption day.
Wagwan must struggle me.
Wagwan revolution, people.
Aye.
Wagwan the blue revolution.
Aye.